Hello, welcome. I'm currently in my 28th week of pregnancy, my second one. And if you're feeling pretty good, okay, then this sequence is good for any trimester, as long as it's feeling okay to you. So let's begin in a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on 2 blankets. Any seat you like, it doesn't have to be this one. And then begin to pull the flesh of your seat out. Okay, we're using height so that you can get some length in the low back, a neutral pelvis. And as you're ready, allow the eyes to close or softly gaze. Allow your breath to begin to lengthen your spine through the top of the head, down through the seat. We'll take these first few rounds of breath with the hands on the baby belly. And as you're ready, begin to inhale down into your palms, down into the belly, letting the belly expand, letting the pelvic floor region relax and also expand. And as you exhale, very gently draw the baby belly back, toning the transverse abdominals a little bit, and continue here. Inhale, let the belly expand. You may feel the ribs and the chest expand as well. And exhale, letting everything softly, gently contract, including the belly as it very gently draws back. And continue at a nice, easy pace for you, not straining the breath in any way. Once you get a sense of the movement, the breath in the belly, place the hands comfortably on the legs. And if it feels okay for you, breathe with your mouth closed. In and out of the nose, a very slight constriction of the throat will produce a soft ocean sound. A very soft, gentle ujjayi breath is what it's called. Let's take about 5 more rounds of breath here, nice and slow. The same way, inhaling down into the baby space, the ribs, the chest. And exhaling gently in the reverse, a little tone through the transverse abdominals as the belly draws back a little bit. Acknowledge that you are breathing with your baby, you're breathing for your baby. Perhaps honor this next 45 minutes to an hour of practice time, nurturing yourself, nurturing your baby. Let's take one more round of breath. Bring the hands to your heart. Take one more breath here for you, for baby, for any intention. And gently open the eyes. Let's take the palms out to the side, roll the pinkies up, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, reach up the tip top of that inhale, you're fully stretching up. Exhale, palms meet all the way down the midline, meeting down at the baby. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale at the tip top of your inhale, you're stretching through the fingertips. Exhale, hands all the way down the heart, down to baby. Let's go 3 more. Only bring out the arms up as high as it feels good for you. You may not be going all the way up like I do. We'll take 1 more. And then hands meeting down at baby. Let's take our hands back behind you, up on the fingertips. Bring the feet on the floor. We'll open the hips a little bit. Kind of slide your bottom maybe a little bit more towards the edge of your roll or whatever you're sitting on. Flex the right ankle. Bring the ankle over the knee. And then push into the hands. Try to lift up out of your low back. So we're trying to tip the pelvis forward. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest up towards the chin. Kind of stick your bottom out against the floor. And maybe add some little movements here, side to side. Continue to notice the breath. Stay with that nice full inhalation. Full, complete exhalation. Great, and then switch legs. We'll flex the left ankle. Take the ankle over the knee. Try to lift up out of the low back. Stick your seat out. And again, shoulders back. Lift the chest towards the chin. And maybe begin to take these little movements. Noticing the breath. Our pregnant bodies, they're loud. They make sure we hear pretty much everything. Okay, so we're getting really skilled at listening to the body and really knowing what it needs. Okay, and our breath is just another wonderful tool to keep us in tune with our bodies, with our babies. A wonderful resource for labor. So get in that habit now of staying with each inhale, each exhale. Keep each one long and full. Okay, and then we'll come back to the middle, release. Straighten out the legs, draw the kneecaps up. Let's take the feet a little wider and we'll just do some ankle circles. So circle the ankles one way. I'll slide back a little bit so I can make sure you can see me. And then go the other way. Great. And then we'll come on up into table position. If you're on a hard surface, you may want blanket under the knees here. Okay, let's spread the fingers out nice and wide. Take the hands just slightly out in front of the shoulders and begin to circle your hips around. Keep the thumbs heavy, each finger heavy. And go the other direction. And then find your way back in neutral. We'll add a little bit of push-ups here. So keep the hands slightly out in front of the shoulders. We want to make sure baby isn't sagging, pulling the back into a big arch. So gently draw up baby in the ribs. Keep the back of the neck long. We'll inhale, bend the elbows only as much as you can feel like you can stay integrated. So it may be a tiny bend. Maybe you're bending halfway down and then push up. Okay, and we'll keep going up to 10, okay, or less. You decide. We're inhaling down, exhale up. You may even add like kind of a half quarter dog here in between each one if you need. Okay, you may take 2 or 3 and then do a half dog, whatever you need. Keep the fingers spreading wide. A few more if it's in you. 3, 2. So your push-ups, they can be, let them be different while you're pregnant. They won't be the same from before you were pregnant. You'll get back to those at a later time. And then we'll come on up, roll up to the knees. Keep the thighs right in line with your hips. We don't want the thighs pushing forward and crunching our back. So keep the thighs kind of back a little bit. You want to feel this little crease in the groins. And then shrug your shoulders up. We're really lifting up through the sides of the body. Roll the shoulders back. Bring the thumbs to the sacrum. Okay, a little tuck in the bottom. Squeeze the shoulders back. Look forward and lift your chest up towards the chin. Engage your hamstrings if you can. Engage underneath your bottom if you can. Then squeeze the shoulders back. Lift the chest up to the chin. Another breath. Good, and then we'll come on up. I'm going to turn to face you so that you can see me better. We're going to stay up on the knees. Let's bring the right ankle under the knee. My heel is about lined up to the knee, okay? And then here, I'm going to bring the heel of my right hand about mid-inner thigh. Roll the thigh down, start to stick your right bottom out, and then bring the left hand to the floor, slightly out in front of the shoulder. So I'm giving my right thigh an internal right rotation by really rolling the inner thigh down to the floor and pushing it back, okay? And now I'm gonna add these little kind of circular oval movements. Great for labor preparation, even good during labor if you're trying to shift baby around a little bit, shift baby's head, and it's just a great way to open up the hips. Get a nice opening through the buttocks and the hips, and then take those rotations the other way. And then wherever you want to hold that for breath, just hold it. Keep the crown of the head long, roll your bottom back. Good, and then come on up. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the right forearm to the thigh. We'll start to roll the ribs and chest open. We'll take some arm circles. Inhale, reach the left arm back and circle it down. We'll do that a few more times. Open the chest, the shoulder. And this time, keep your arm up by the ear, either bent, if that feels better in your shoulder, or straight. Now push this left knee down. Again, don't let this hip come forward. Squeeze the right buttocks in, and then roll the chest open for another breath. And with a big inhale, come on up. We're gonna switch right knee down, left foot out to the side. Take the heel of your left hand about mid-inner thigh. Start to push the inner thigh down, roll it back, and bring the right hand slightly out in front of the shoulder. So we're rolling the inner thigh down and pushing it back, an action that does not come easily in pregnancy. So that's why it may feel like such a nice stretch here, I hope. And then start those little movements. Continue to somewhat observe the breath. Always a gentle focus there. Take the movements the other direction. And wherever along that movement it feels the most useful for you to just pause Hold it there. Reach your bottom back. Reach to the top of the head. Maybe draw the baby up a little bit. And as your exhale completes, come on up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the left forearm to thigh. Start to roll the underneath side of your ribs and chest open. And we'll inhale, reach this right arm back. Exhale, swim it forward. Few more circles. And this next time, keep the arm up, either bent, lifting the chest, or straight with the palm facing the floor. Now push the right knee down. Squeeze your left buttocks in and then roll the heart open and stretch. And with a big inhale, come on up. Let's take our knees to the floor. Either have one, so you could be fingertips, okay? One block, any height, or even 2 blocks, okay? And then from here, we're gonna step the feet out wide. Let's move this blanket out of the way, if it's there. Keep the feet parallel, so not turning out. And then from here, we're either staying with a nice long spine, the legs are working, the feet are pushing into the floor. Maybe we're walking, our hands are blocks out wide. We want to bend the knees at least a little bit more for a lot of us, and push your hips back. So your hips are about in line with your heels. So we may be here. Keep the feet pushing against the floor. Keep the legs strong, even with the knees bent. Or some of you may prefer to be walking the hands in between the feet and taking the crown of the head towards the floor. So take your pick for another 2 or 3 breaths. Still breathing down into the baby belly, ribs and chest expanding as well. Exhale that little bit of tone through the transverse abdominals. And as your exhale completes, walk your blocks back. Take your feet as wide as you comfortably can. You don't want to feel stressed in your body or like your feet are going to slide apart, but a wide stance here. Spin your right foot out to face the front of your mat, and then we're either bringing our block to the inside of the leg or take your hand on the shin and then begin to roll the ribs and chest open and reach the left arm to the sky. Good. Now push the feet down. Strong legs, roll the heart open and then lean back a little bit. Take some conscious breaths. Pushing through the inside of that right foot. And with an exhale, let's swim the arm down. We're going to walk our hands over to the other side. So turn the right foot in. Turn the left foot out. Make sure your stride didn't get any shorter, as it often does between sides. And then come into triangle on your left side. Right arm reaches to the sky. Good. Now squeeze the muscles in your legs. Really push the feet down, spread the toes, keep the inside of your left foot heavy, and then push into your block or leg and roll the ribs or chest open for another breath or 2. And with your exhale, we'll come on down. Take the feet parallel again, so spin the left foot in. Let's bend the knees, bring the hands up to the knees, stand up. Let's spin the right foot out. We roughly have heel lined up to the back arch. Okay, hands to hips, Shoulders roll back. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, push it straight. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bend. Keep the inner foot heavy, the back foot heavy. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend and hold. We'll bring the right forearm to thigh. Sweep the left arm down and up towards the ear. Let's take 1 circle. Inhale up. Exhale down and end with either the arms straight with the palm towards the floor or bend the elbow if that feels better for you. Now push that left foot against the floor. Roll the ribs and chest open. Lean back. Take another breath. Full stretch. And with a big inhale, let's come on up, hands to hips. Turn the right foot in. Spin the left foot out. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, bend the left knee over the ankle. Exhale, push it straight. Inhale, bend. Keep the inner foot heavy. Keep the back foot equally heavy. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend and hold. Bring the left forearm to thigh. Keep this right leg strong. We'll sweep the right arm down and up by the ear. 1 circle. Inhale up. Exhale down and up by the ear. Either palm down, straight, or a bent elbow. Feel your feet. Spread the toes. Now roll the ribs and chest open a little bit. 1 more breath. And with a big inhale, come on up. We'll spin the left foot in and walk the feet in. Great. We're going to take a chair pose at the wall. So quite a powerful strengthening position here. So we'll bring the block high up into the inner thighs. Okay. And with our thighs, we're kind of rolling that block back. Okay, it'll stack the bones of our legs, and then we're lengthening our bottom down without trying to push the block forward. Okay, our feet stay parallel, and then from here we'll come against a wall. Make sure your feet are not going to slip out from underneath you. Okay, my feet are staying parallel, like you're pushing on gas pedals. Lean back against the wall. Try to bring the back of your head against the wall, shoulders against the wall. Take a big breath in. And we'll exhale, slide how much you choose to go down the wall. We'll be here about a minute, okay? So give that block a good squeeze. Keep the inner feet heavy, outer feet heavy, shoulders rolling back. Let's go into our breath here, okay? Get right into your breath. Nice, invigorating, energizing inhales. Full, complete exhales. Maybe even through the mouth. If the mind wants to flee, just notice that. It's not a bad thing, but try to come back to your breath. Maybe even practicing like a half smile. A little bit of tone at the end of the exhale. Keep the breath long and deep, almost there. We can do this a little bit longer. One more big breath. And as your exhale completes, take the hands back, stand up. Wonderful. Feel how strong your legs are. Feel how grounded your feet are. Tall through the spine. So from here, we're going to come into half moon pose. So I'll teach this here using a whole wall, okay? If that's not a good option for you, of course, You can do it in the middle of the room if you're feeling stable enough. Or you may be doing it with just your back lifted foot against the wall if you just have a little bit of wall space. Okay, so if you have your wall space, take your block or water bottle, whatever it is you have in the right hand. We'll reach that arm up, left hand to hip, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Step your right foot forward. We're a few inches away from the wall. We're keeping the inside of the foot nice and heavy. And then we'll step forward, block under shoulder. We'll start, look at the floor, look at the floor. We'll start to lift the left leg, roll the left hip open. And if you're at a wall now, lean back against it. Roll your shoulders back, flex your left ankle, and there's no rush to lift the gaze. Okay, if you're feeling stable, maybe take the gaze to the side, maybe up to the ceiling, whatever feels the best, and maybe lift the arm. Now try to bring some of that weight out of your block. Really firm your legs, let the chest roll open. We'll take another breath here. And now bring your hand back to hip, look down, bend the standing leg, and step way back to come out. Wonderful. Second side. We'll take the block to the left hand. Right hand to hip, roll the shoulders back, lift the left arm up. Step the left foot forward a few inches from the wall, inner foot heavy, and as you're ready, step forward. Block under shoulder. Roll the right hip back, lean back against the wall. Flex the right ankle. Maybe take the right arm up. There's no rush to take your gaze up. Just take it where it truly feels, it makes the most sense right now. Try to take some of the weight off of your block, just a little bit. If you're dumping all of your weight there, just lighten your load just a little bit. And as you're ready, bring the hand to hip, look down, bend the standing leg, and step way back. Wonderful. We'll take an L pose at the wall. So we'll take the hands as high as the hips, fingers spreading wide, hands as wide as the shoulders. We're walking back. We have at least a little bend in the knees. The heels in line with the hips. Push your hips back. Push the wall down. Keep your ears right in between the arms. And notice if your shoulders are kind of sagging down here. Draw the armpits up. Really lengthen back the outer hips. Another few breaths here. And then inhale, take the gaze forward, come on up. Open our shoulders a little bit, hands to hips. Right shoulder facing the wall. Lift your shoulders, roll them back, squeeze them back. Bring your right palm to the wall, shoulder height, wrist crease parallel to the ceiling. Okay, roll the shoulders back, begin to turn your feet to the left. So you may be staying, avoid locking out that right elbow, keep a little micro bend. You may be staying with the fingers pointing up to the ceiling, or maybe you're slightly externally rotating that hand, turning it out to the right. So feel it out. Keep a micro bend in the elbow. Move your throat and chin back with you. Really claw the wall with your hand. We'll take another few breaths here. And then we'll add one more piece. Roll the left palm up. Reach forward right in front of you and then roll that arm out to the side. Lift both sides of the chest. And then gently turn the feet back in and release. Okay, we'll take the other side, hands to hips. Shrug the shoulders up, roll them back, take the left hand to the wall, shoulder height. Okay, roll both shoulders back. Start to turn the feet to the right. We're not going, just going to what feels like a healthy stretch. You want to keep a micro bend in that left elbow and then feel it out. You may want to keep your hand right where it is or maybe turn it out to the left a little bit. Keep that micro bend in the elbow. Move the throat back. And we'll add that right arm, turn the right palm up, reach forward, and then open it out to the right. Lift both sides of your chest. Push your feet down. Good, and then turn the feet back in and release. Good. Come on down to your knees. Taking Gomukhasana. So bring the knees down. Take the right leg back, toes curled under. I'll show from the side. Slide the right leg over to the left. Stack the knees. Widen your feet and start to reach your seat back. Okay. And then as we're coming back, we're trying to make it onto a block, maybe 2 blocks. And if you already know this is not it's not working for you today, then you can undo the right leg and just do this one-legged. In that case, you may also want a little bit of support under that knee. Okay, so either one leg on top or we're doing it with both legs. When I'm on height, it feels nice for me to have a little support under the bottom knee. Feel it out for you, okay? We're getting as even as we can through that right seat, through both seats. And sit up tall. So if you're rounding back, that means you need to be up on more height or doing it one-legged, okay? Now roll the palms up, lift the chest, reach up. Bend the right elbow, grab that elbow, bring the elbow as close to your head, ear as you can, and then lift the elbow up to the ceiling. Okay, I'm going to turn back forward. You stay where you are. Each inhale, lift the chest a little bit. Keep the chin tucked down. This one definitely gets a little tricky as you're further along. Okay, so that might be one-legged as you're further along. We're either keeping one elbow bent or binding that left arm around. Burst the elbow up. We'll take another breath or two here. Good, and then gently release the arms. Let's lean back and release the legs. Okay, so we'll come into it a different way this time. Okay, we'll take the right leg over. Okay, we can either hold it here if you're doing one-legged. You may want a little something under that knee so it doesn't hyperextend. Or maybe you're doing it two-legged. Okay. Sitting up tall. And then take the arms out. Palms, pinkies roll up, lift up. Bend the left elbow. Bring that elbow as close to your head as you can. Reach the elbow up. Either stay here or bind that right arm around. and gently release the arms. Lean back, undo the legs. Draw the kneecaps up, give your legs a little shake. Good, and then from here, let's sit back on your, a good height for you, maybe 2 blankets, maybe 1, or even your bolster. Okay, I'm going to have my bolster near also. We'll set up for a forward fold here. So pull the flesh of the seat out. It may even cause your thighs and knees to roll in a little bit. Take the legs as wide apart as you need. We could be sitting up tall here, flexing the ankles, breathing. Or if you wanted to fold forward more, you may be folding over a bolster or a chair. Or if you'd like to fold some more, then you may be creating some sort of a situation, tower-like situation, stacking of different things to bring your forehead to rest down. Okay, we're not going for the deepest stretch here. What we're really getting after is a release through the lower back. Okay, so you could even bend your knees if you just wanted to take the hamstrings out of it. But if you're feeling a big, huge hamstring stretch, then maybe back out just a little bit. Notice your breath here. Let it slow down. And then slowly bring yourself up. Move your props. Come into a nicely supported seat now. Any seat of your choice. I'm going to give myself a little more height. We'll be in this one for a while, doing some kind of breathing exercises that incorporate a lot of shoulder strengthening holds too. So this is, I think, good work for focusing in the moment, for moving through discomfort, kind of training the mind for labor to focus on the sensations, moving through the sensations, and as graceful of a way as we can, and really using our inner resources of breath and anything else that works for you. So in your comfortable seat, this first one we're doing for the longest. Okay, it may trigger you, and that's okay. Try to hold it as long as you can, and if you need to come in and out of it, then do that. Okay, so for this one, roll the shoulders back. You want to think of your shoulder blades gliding down the back. We'll reach the arms up so you can be as wide as you need to be, okay, for your shoulders. Okay, try to relax on this inner neck, throat, tongue. Okay, and we'll begin to kind of whip the arms in towards each other and away. So the big movement is really trying to, almost like you're going to clap and then away, clap and then away. Okay, and as we're doing this, you'll probably want to close your eyes and begin to take some really deep inhales, invigorating the body, and some full, complete exhales, grounding the body, the minds. We'll keep going here, okay? There's no right or wrong way to be doing this, okay? You may notice the mind fleeing in and out of the experience. Just observe the thoughts without judgment. This is all an experiment. And maybe little by little you'll kind of get into a rhythm, a flow. Another practice I like is the practice of a half smile. So it could be the feeling of a half smile in the inner gaze. Maybe actually having a half smile on your face. Stay with it. We're halfway done, at least. Notice what the breath is doing. Notice where the mind wants to go. It's not good or bad, just observe it. Can you find the feeling? Can you be in the feeling of that half smile? We're almost there. 30 more seconds. One more big breath. And then inhale, reach up. And exhale at the arms. Relax down. Now close the eyes or softly gaze. This is your time to enjoy the after effects. Okay, enjoy that the bliss state, the natural pain relieving endorphins of the body coming into this experience. Let yourself feel that. Okay, we're trying to let go of that exercise that we just did. Be here and the after effects. Enjoying this nice resting period. And then open the eyes. This next group will be a lot shorter. Okay, so roll the shoulders back. We're going to take the arms out and begin to kind of figure eight the hands. Okay, again, either your eyes are closed or you're softly gazing. You may be practicing that half smile. Maybe it's a word, a phrase for you, an image. Okay, connecting with your baby. Maybe it's a song, okay? There's so many tools. Maybe it's just observing the breath, staying really clear and anchored in your breath. Take those figure eights the other way. One more breath. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms relax down. Now be in that resting in between space. Notice if the mind wanders back to feelings of the exercise or thinking about what's coming up. Try to bring it right back into the sweet space in between, which is right now. And we'll take another one. Shoulders roll back, arms out. Begin those figure eights. Go into your practice. Okay, our practice is practicing, training ourselves how to be in uncomfortable moments. Okay, that's part of it at least. Take those circles, figure eights the other way. One more breath. And with your inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, gently release the arms. Be in the now. And this will be the last one before we rest. So begin. Take the figure eights the other way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let the arms drift down and be in this sweet space. Unattached from what just happened or what may happen next. And as you are ready, take your time, stay in this internal quiet space. So slowly set up how you're going to rest. Okay, if you have a bolster and some blankets, you could incline yourself one block at its second height, one at its highest. One block is fine too, but this, if you have two, this gets you a little more stable and a deeper, a greater incline. Okay, you could also be resting on your side with some props in between your ankles and knees. Okay, grab some things for your arms and your legs. Okay, today I offer either take your blankets and roll them up, making a big bolster, or put some pillows underneath your thighs. Rest back. Okay, if you have something nearby, even a shirt or an extra blanket, you may want to roll it up under your neck. And relax the arms as you get yourself situated into a comfortable position. Give yourself and your baby a nice big breath in. And exhale, sigh through the mouth. And let yourself, your baby, your whole body drop against your props. Relaxing through the face, the jaw, the shoulders. And the breath is becoming its own natural rhythm. If you have the time, let yourself rest here for another 5 or 10 minutes until you feel that natural reset. Enjoy your rest. Thank you.